Circus. This art is different from cinema and theater. The history of this Kazakh circus is deeply rooted. Even the great wrestler Kazimir Khan performed in the circus arena and amazed everyone with his dexterity, strength, and various tricks. Balon Shulak also demonstrated the best of circus art. As a matter of fact, there were many talented people in the Kazakh steppe who were inclined to circus art. But the development of these traditions of circus art slowed down in the 90s, shares the director of the capital's circus, Eric Zholzhaksinov. According to him, the best of these artists in the early 90s went to the leading circuses of the world and now have become very popular and known to the entire world audience.
Sol kеңестер zamanında ketken bizden artistlerimiz
Those who worked in our circuses during the Soviet Union and left are now in circuses in America. And now they are very popular. There are horsemen riders or masters. The masters of our circus school still show their skills to the American audience, our Kazakh circus art. In other words, followers of the Kazakh circus tradition today promote this type of art in other countries. However, this does not mean that the Kazakh circus was destroyed. During the years of independence, much attention was paid to the development of circus art in Kazakhstan. Comprehensive measures have been taken and sufficient financial resources have been allocated to support this area. And the most prominent and recognizable of them is the Metropolitan Circus. As for the circus in the city of Nur-Sultan, this beautiful building, built in 2005 with the support and will of the president, created all the conditions for a successful artist. This is one of the newest circuses in the world. The building is made in the form of a flying saucer, and our guests are amazed at how many shows we do. We run about 120 to 130 programs a year. That is, artists from abroad come here every month. Most of our guests are from Russia and other countries. All of them are amazed by this building. There is also an equally beautiful and cozy building where the actors can relax. The hotel is attached to the circus so that the artists can even go straight from the hotel rooms to the arena within the building. Yes, the state gives great importance to the development of circus art. Highly qualified specialists are involved in the industry and appropriate conditions have been created for them. For example, Aisulu Abdikerim. She moved to Kazakhstan from Mongolia in 2005 and immediately began working in the capital circus. Now she is engaged in breeding and training various exotic birds. This is the last edition, the last rehearsal. This is how Aisulu Abdikerim, an artist who has spent her entire life in the circus, is excited about entering the arena. Because it is very important that the birds show a perfect result, demonstrate in public what they did during rehearsals. That is, the work of circus and its artists is justified by the satisfaction of the audience who came to the circus.
Халықтың алдына шыққан кезде біздің өзіміз де сол құстар сияқты шабыттан.
When we go out to the audience, we ourselves, like our birds, not only transmit our energy to the audience, we also get a huge boost of energy from these people. And even if only one spectator applauds, when we go out, we understand that he is waiting for a great performance. He has come to relax, enjoy the circus art that we are involved in, that we create. Then, when the performance ends and the entire audience applauds, we feel great satisfaction and happiness.
Өзімізге жақсы сездіріп тұрады.
In general, the circus art of Kazakhstan is now reaching a new higher level. Now there is a very diverse cast of four-legged artists, starting with dogs and horses, ending with lions and tigers. This is life outside the arena. This is another life, boiling in its own cauldron.
Бүгінгі таңда артистерimiz күні-түні қызметте.
Today our artists work day and night. It's no secret that 50% of our artists are on tour abroad. Here are our girls in China. Most recently, our artists performed well in Monte Carlo.
артистерimiz бүгінгі таңда қайтадан шетелге кетті шақыруымен.
As part of the Kazakh troupe, Aisulu Abdikerim's daughter also left to China with a one-year contract along with other Kazakh circus artists. She's a master of horse riding. Saganish Timurkizi fascinates the Chinese Republic with her skills. It's nice to know that Kazakh artists are in demand in the world circus. This is the result of state support and hard work of our circus artists.
Мен осы циркқа бірінші келген кезде өзім алдыма көп мақсат қойған едім.
When I first came to the circus, I had a lot of plans. I wanted to develop, not just remain a choreographer. When I was in Almaty after visiting the zoo and seeing these birds, I decided, why don't I try to show a performance with birds? This has become my big dream.
Салып үйретсем, осындай номер жасасам деген үлкен армандарым болды.
Aisulu Abdikerim's main profession is ballet master. She received a higher education and plunged into the world of choreography in Almaty.
Қазақстаннан Монғолиядағы қазақтарға жағдай жасап, көшіріп алып оқуға.
When I moved from Mongolia to Kazakhstan, I went to study in Almaty, where I went to dance school. Until 1993, I finished my studies and then returned to Mongolia to work at the Music and Drama Theater in Bayan Ulgi, where I performed folk dances.
Монғолияға Баян-Өлгей қаласына музыка драма театрында жұмыс жасап, сонда халық билер биін билеп жүрдім.
However, Aisulu missed Kazakhstan, felt drawn to the land of her fathers, understood that she must serve her people, be useful to the historical homeland, and finally returned to Kazakhstan. Having been born in a foreign country, far from Kazakhstan, she keenly felt the urge to study the national culture, her native language, and here in independent Kazakhstan, she found such an opportunity.
Содан балаларым кішкентай өсе келе, келешекте негізі отанымызға оралып дұрыс.
I decided that as soon as my children are a little older, we need to return to our homeland. I understood that the future of my children is here in Kazakhstan.
Астана қаласына көшіп келгенім, менің алдымда аға әпке.
Why I decided to move to the capital. My sisters are here. They returned to their historical homeland. Earlier, they settled in Astana. We have been living here for 15 years, next to our relatives.
Осы жақта көшіп келгеніміздің өзіне міне 15 жылдай уақыт болып қапты. Айсулу екеуміз танысқанымызға уже 14 жыл болды. 2005 жыл Астаналық цирк.
Aisulu and I have known each other for 14 years. We met in 2005 when the capital circus opened, when they came with 4 little children from Mongolia. At first, she was a ballet master, but after a while she has changed her profession, took the pigeons and created her own performance.
Балетмейстер жұмыстан шығып, кішкене өзім жеке номер жасайын деп көгершіндерді алып, жеке номер жасап алды.
Now, Aisulu Abdikerim trains not only pigeons, but also teaches and performs with various birds, including exotic ones. Among them, pheasants, parrot, duck, chicken, all of them perform various tricks. This is one of our swans, Jibek, and the second, Jolly. Swans express their feelings very interestingly. Take, for example, how they eat. Jolly gives first food to his beloved, and only after she finishes the meal, starts himself. Is this not a manifestation of true love? These birds are real fussy and gourmet. Dried apples, eggs, and other foods rich in vitamins are prepared for them. Even drinking water is special. It should also be fortified, as for newborns.
Украин үйректері бастарына сонда не киіп алған сияқты Украин үйректері мұнда бар.
Here are the Ukrainian ducks. They look as if they have hats on their heads. This is our very first performance. We trained these white pigeons and made the first act. Thank God they live here. They eat here. We bring them here and do our daily rehearsals, and then we bring them back.
Күнделікті репетицияларын жасаймыз, сосын қайта кеп кіргізіп қоямыз. Тамақтарында талғап жейді бұлар.
Their diet changes depending on the time of year. In the spring, one diet. In the summer, another. In the autumn, a third one. In the winter, a completely different one. We have golden pheasants here. We brought them from warm places. One from Shymkent, the second from Uzinagash, and another from Almaty. In general, they don't give in to training, but I managed to tame them and make them real circus performers. Birds performing in a circus require a lot of attention. They must be vaccinated every 6 months. Each animal has an international passport, and in general, any animal is very difficult to tame, educate, and train.
Құстарды жемдейміз, оларды шомылдырамыз, кәдімгідей репетицияға дайындаймыз, олармен сөйлесеміз.
We feed the birds, we bathe them, we prepare them for rehearsals. As usual, we talk to them, we prepare them for work, and we start rehearsals only when we feel that they are ready for work.
Біз қойылым болатын кезде жеке дайындаламыз.
Ол жұмысы білесіз ба, не өте көп уақыт алады. Күні бойы жанында жүруіміз керек, күні бойы олар.
You know, it takes a long time. We need to spend the whole day with them. We have to take care of them, clean them, feed them, and do everything carefully while dealing with an exotic bird.
Соны бәрін ойластырып, нетіп істеу керек. Экзотический деп айтады ғой, экзотический құстар болған.
Aisulu thinks a lot about her performances, writes her own script, and comes up with tricks, as she must think through many things and details: what costumes should be on, what props to use, what music to work with. Every detail is important and every little thing. So their work is not easy.
Кішкентай нелерді, мелочтарды ойлап нетіп істеу керек. Сондықтан жұмыстары не жеңіл жұмыс емес қой.
A bird is a very gentle animal. In particular, to find an approach to exotic birds, you need to have a lot of patience. There are some rare species among these local birds that are not adapted to live in this local climate.
Құстар есігіне осылай екінші есік жасап, ауа кіріп тұрсын деп бұларды да.
These are our peacocks. They require special care. Look how beautiful their tails are. Our repertoire also includes a performance with these beautiful peacocks.
Әдемілігі, сұлулығы осы өзінің арт жағында, басының да несі ерекше. Сондықтан бұлармен де біз номер жасадық.
If you do not treat each bird as your own child, pampering it, it is impossible to teach it to do some tricks, to feel free as in the natural environment, says Aisulu Abdikerim. Animal training is a painstaking job, a real art. If you do not love the circus with all your heart, you will not be able to work for a long time, says our heroine. We don't go out with toys, but with live birds. These birds behave differently in rehearsals when there is no audience, but try to perform flawlessly in public. They feel the audience, and then they get inspired and want to go on and on. She works so hard that she doesn't even go anywhere during her vacation. We have a vacation for a month, but my mother doesn't leave the birds, or she asks me to stay with them, or she doesn't go anywhere, always with the birds, because she doesn't trust anyone. When we were little, my mother just bought pigeons for the first time. I remember we spent all our evenings with birds after school and nights and with them. And then during the month, train the birds. Aisulu Abdikerim has been working conscientiously in the capital circus for many years. She selflessly does what she loves and wants to contribute to the development of the Kazakh circus. Because when she and her 4 little children came from Mongolia, the capital circus warmly welcomed them, gave them a job, and immediately provided a dormitory for circus employees.
Отанымыз, еліміз, жеріміз деп келген кезде қиыншылықтар болды, бірақ сол қиыншылықтар қаншалықты.
There were a lot of difficulties in the first time when we returned home, but along with these difficulties, there were no less good, pleasant moments. We first got our dormitory, then we got our own apartment. State provided us, as the family with many children. The prosperity of our country and the development of the capital allowed us to get our own apartment here.
Көптеп салынуының өзі бізге көп әсер етіп, баспаналы болып жатырмыз.
Yes, Aisulu Abdikerim now has her own apartment in the capital. Daughters Aktoti, Aknazim, Saganish, and Mirsada also pleased the success of their mother. 3 older daughters following her footsteps decided to work at circus art. The younger one wants to become a specialist in English, so she studied it. My mom never says that she's tired, always keeps on working. I like that she managed to fulfill her dreams. In this, I would like to be like our mother, and that is why I'm trying to be like her. A man without a dream is like a bird without wings, and these birds made Aisulu Abdikerim's dream come true. She dedicates her painstaking work not only to fulfill her own dreams, but also to the development and future of domestic circus art. Today, her talent is known far beyond the borders of Kazakhstan. She's the winner of many art competitions.
Мынау Астана циркіне 10 жыл болған кезде, бізде болған мында сол кезде Ақтот екеміз.
It was on the 10th anniversary of the capital circus. Aktoti and I made performance with pigeons. It was a great performance to celebrate the 10th anniversary of our circus. In 2011, there was a big circus festival, and we also took part in it with Aktoti. This is Echo of Asia, a major international festival. It takes place every year in July. Its participants present excellent circus performances.
Сонда бізде мықты цирк номерлері келеді.
Aisulu Abdikerim, who came to the circus as a ballet master, then managed to train exotic birds and became their trainer, still has a lot of plans for the future. She plans to expand the number and species of her wards, wants to teach other species of exotic birds various tricks. Working in the capital circus, Aisulu Abdikerim contributes to the development of independent Kazakhstan. And she not only works herself, but also introduced her children to the craft, educates them to love and respect the motherland. When I changed my profession coming to my homeland and choosing another specialty, mastering it and developing it, I thought that I could bring even more benefit to my native land, to make a significant contribution to the development of circus art in Kazakhstan and the development of Kazakhstan itself. For Aisulu Abdikerim, it is very dear that she can live on her native land in independent Kazakhstan. She feels free, needed, important. This is acutely felt by those who were born and raised in a foreign country. After all, it is a great happiness for such people to live in their homeland in an independent country.